So if you're looking for a rear light for your bike or scooter with a remote control and indicators, it's worth checking out this set from Vastfire. Let's take a look. So you may have seen a previous video I did on some Vastfire bike lights. I'll link to that now in the top right. Since then, they've reached out and asked if I'd like to try out their tail light indicator set as well. Of course I would. So kindly, they've sent me this unit for free to test and show you guys. But the review, all of the opinions as usual, are all my own. Hopefully it's going to help you with any buying decision you have to make. Let's get into an unboxing. So here's exactly what you're going to receive if you order this set. Some nice branding with some pictures on the box. The English isn't perfect, but trust me, it's very simple to use these. I'm going to show you how you set them up and use them on your bike. There's no complex pairing process or anything like that. You can see a picture there of the USB micro cord charging the light. That's all included in the box. It mentions IPX2 for the waterproof grade there. On the website it says IPX4. I've had these in the rain. I've even tested them in a sort of steamy shower to see if they're going to work there. They keep going, no problem at all there. And here you can see a clear picture of the light on the left, of course, and then the remote control for it on the right. So that's basically what you're getting in the box. Let's get inside and I'll show you, and you can see here a bit more closely how you have the left and right indicator buttons and then the main light switch. So let's get it open and take a look. And straight away in the top layer, of course, it's what you'd expect. It's the light and the remote. So here's the remote. You do want to have it the right way around, so you can read the word LED. So if I turn it around for you, and you've got separate buttons, there's the main light button. So when you press that, it's going to turn blue as the others will, and it'll either flash or stay steady to indicate what the light's doing on the back of the bike. You can even take this out of the holder that it comes with. You see there, you can pop that out and take that separately if you want to keep it somewhere when you lock your bike up. And of course the rubber bands to go with this to put onto your bike. The fasteners, they're all inside the box. I'll show you those in just a second. And then here's the main light. So obviously it's split into the indicators on either side and the main light cluster in the middle. And you're simply just going to have one switch that I'll show you on the top to activate it. And again, the rubber fasteners, the band is inside the box. You can just see the cover for the USB charging on the back there as well. And here's that on-off switch. So if you turn it on, that's all you need to do on there. You'll get the one red light in the bottom left-hand corner. It will do a blink of the lights as you turn it on there. And basically that means it's now on and it's now paired automatically with the remote. So I can now start to use the remote to control it. So you see pressing it a couple of times here, you either have a steady or flashing rear light. You can also just have the rear light in the off mode, and then you can still use the indicators. So you can see I press the right one comes on. I press the left one comes on. It's simple as that. I will show you in a minute. You can also press those two together and actually activate like emergency hazards as well if you ever had any need for that. And as I say, the main light has three modes. It's got this flashing mode, it's got a steady mode, and it's got basically an off mode where you'll just have that bottom left red light as it is now, just to show that the unit itself is on. So some nice options there, a few different ways to use it. I think that probably does more than most people would expect. But very simple just to cycle through those. And I like the way that the switch that you're going to be facing on that remote is going to be flashing or steady depending on what the lights are doing on the back, so you're always going to know what they're doing. Okay, so let's finish up the unboxing. So you've got the rubber band attachments, if you like, that are going to hold everything onto your bike. So you've got the one to go on here to make sure that the remote is held around your handlebars really well. You can see these bands are really thick, good quality, so they're might be a bit tricky to get on the first time. And there it is actually pulling off again, where you can see the remote can come away from that grip, so you can take the remote with you when you're sort of locking your bike up somewhere. But yeah, they're really thick, good quality. They're going to stretch around any handlebars, no problem there. And then it's a similar deal with the one for the seat post for the rear light as well. So I'll show you that one in just a second. So that should be left in the box. Yeah, oh no, already out. There we go. So again, this one's just going to wrap around like you would for any other rear light you're putting around your seat post. Again, nice and thick. They've not gone cheap on any of that, so it's going to do the job. It's going to hold it on really securely. There we go. And then let's see what else we've got left in here. So here it is. It's the USB cable. It's still micro USB, and of course that's just to charge the rear light. I'll show you there is a watch style battery in the remote control that I'll cover in just a minute. But if you look on the back of the rear light, you'll see there's a little cover, obviously to keep any water out, and you just need to get behind that. It can be a little bit fiddly, and I've actually pulled too hard here and pulled the whole thing out. You can get that back in, so that long stem piece should be held in there. You can push that back in, and the idea is you peel it out and then it's not going to fall off. But once you're behind there, yeah, there's just a micro USB to plug in and charge. It's typically taking about 2 hours to charge from completely flat. And then similar job here, as I say, the battery though not rechargeable, it's just one of those watch style ones, so a CR2032. That should last a fair time in there, and when it comes to replacing, it's that easy, just to pop off the back and put a new one in, so no drama there. And if we look back in the box now, the only thing left are the instructions. So as I've shown you how simple it is, I don't think you're going to need these, but if you want to pause and take a look at this, I'm just going to show you here so you can have a look at it for yourself. But hopefully I've covered and will continue to cover everything you need to know about this light set. So I mentioned earlier you can activate hazard warning lights with these as well, so as usual just make sure it's turned on, and then simply what you're going to do on the remote control is press the right and left indicator arrows at the same time, and then they're going to blink together, the kind of equivalent of your hazard lights on your car. And as usual with this light, when you have either of the indicators on, you can also cycle through the modes for the main light as well and have that as steady or have that as flashing if you really need to stand out and get some attention. So regarding battery life and charging time, the device takes about 2 hours to fully charge, so I just plugged in the USB micro cable that it came with, obviously into the back of the device, and then the other end into an old phone charger that I had. You'll see it has this red light while it's charging, it turns green when it's fully charged, as I say, after about 2 hours. When it comes to actually draining the device and seeing how long the battery in the light lasts for, I did a battery test where I put it into the flashing mode, as you see here, and it lasted over 11 hours, so you've really got some long battery life in there. I did have, or try and have, the indicator on for part of that time as well, but actually what I found out very quickly, and those who paused and looked at the instructions earlier will have seen, is that after a 2-minute period, if you've left one of the indicators on, it will turn off, and of course you'll see that on the remote control as well. So as mentioned, there's an IPX rating mentioned, an IPX rating of 2 and 4, depending on if you view the website or the packaging. All I can tell you is I've been out in the rain with them. They've been fine. I've also tested them in the shower with steam and water. And again, they just keep working. So all I can say at the moment is, yeah, don't be afraid to use these out in the rain. They seem absolutely fine. So now just showing you the light on the bike itself. So here it is. Obviously it's the right way around with the power button on top, and I've just turned it on. And then here on the handlebars, you've got the control. You can see it fits on there quite snugly. It's not taking up too much space. And again, you're just seeing that blue light behind any button that you press. So while you're riding, you know what's going on behind you on the light. Really handy just to be able to glance down and quickly see whether it's flashing steady or whether it's off. And then, yeah, you can check and see that the light's doing exactly what you expect it to. So yeah, really nice, bright in the daytime, and now I'll show you how they look at nighttime. So here's the lights at nighttime. What you can see here, apart from the reflection in the mudguard that you'll see more of in a minute, is simply that first stage where you've pressed the power button once and you've got that LED in the bottom left hand corner. Now that's stepping up to the solid light mode, so you can really see that you're going to be pretty visible with that. And then let's go into the flashing mode so you can see that as well. Again, you're definitely going to stand out on the road with this. And then I'll show you how the indicator lights look alongside that. So here's the solid red light with the indicators. And again, I think they stand out pretty nicely. It's hard to accurately show you in this video, but you can get a pretty good idea of how good that's going to look. And it's just that extra stage, I guess, of road safety and being seen. There we go. That was briefly with the flashing light as well. And of course, you can use any of those modes that I've shown you previously. So yeah, really impressed with these. I think they're definitely going to help you stand out on the road. If you've liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you like this kind of content, please do check out the rest of the channel and consider a subscribe. Cheers.
bye.